Hey Pip, Coach Bill here, glad you're back. Hey, we're going to pick up where we left off, and that was, we just worked on pulling out slack. We just hit our corkscrew, we just got the foot plant, we just pulled the punch. All of those things where we were working on pulling out slack, okay? And so now we are getting into that area where now we're going to make the move here. And that first move is going to be turning the middle, moving the middle, okay? And for me, the middle is just above the belly button to the middle of your thigh. And I like to think of it as though it's a giant donut, okay? And so what I'm trying to do is I'm going to turn that donut as one piece. I'm not starting with my hands. I'm not starting with my feet. I'm going to start in the middle. Swings start out of the middle, okay? So that's where I want to begin. So as I get there, I corkscrew, I get the foot plant. I'm interested in my midline. And so at this point, if you wanted to take a video clip hitting wise, you want to get that camera directly across, just like I am appearing to you. Okay, just get that camera directly across from your hitter, just again as I am appearing to you. And what we're going to watch, we're going to look for that corkscrew action to foot plant. Is my midline controlled? Okay, I want to make sure that's happening. Some of the things that could happen out of that midline is I slip a little forward, right? I start to lunge. If I see this leg getting to triple extension, I definitely got that, which means your hitter's probably pushing off of their toes to get into the swing, so I want to avoid that. I'm trying to use a vertical force into the ground. We've already, we talked about forces a little bit earlier here. We've into our torque force, we've got a horizontal force, and now we're going to hold on to this vertical force, right? So I can get that energy up out of the ground as I turn, okay? So as I begin the turn, I want to make sure that I get to lockout, okay? And then what's going to happen, you're going to see your back hip lead the way ever so slightly. Your back hip's going to lead the way, then the hands will follow, and as there's hip, hands, hip, hands, hip, hands, right? I want to make sure that my hands haven't drifted, okay? Once I hit foot plant, as I get into my turn, I'm going to see my lead leg lock, okay? And now as I start to arrive to the ball, my hands and my back hip, we're going to arrive at the same time. Maybe slightly in front, maybe slightly behind, okay? As long as I'm getting really tight with that. And within that area, you're going to find out what's best. That's where we make sure that we're measuring a lot, okay? So we can just measure our exit velocities at that point, okay? In the meantime, you should be swinging every day so that we're getting feel for these items, okay? 40, 50, 75 times a day. That's more than enough. That's not a lot of time. That could probably get done, even if they're dry swings, okay? So a bucket of balls. I just want to spend a little bit of time each day so that I'm not too far removed from my swing. I always can remember feels. And when I start to build those days, right, just a little bit of time, just a little bit of time, just a little bit of time, as I start to build those days, then I get a real good feeling for what it is I'm trying to do, okay? So here's what's coming up. I will link into this video. I will link our start of about right now, understanding right nows, over the next couple of videos, over the next couple of videos. That's what they are. Sorry, guys. So for some reason, I wanted to use the word course. Over the next couple of videos here, I do want us to talk about different types of loads, right, and how they affect timing and the good or the bad of them. Okay, no big deal about that. I do want to get to that, and we want to get to absorption. Okay, so that'll be one of the traits, right? We talked about 7 traits. We've talked about pulling slack. That's been one of them. And now what we're going to talk about is turning the middle, which is really good, forward, and we'll talk about forward momentum as well. That's within that realm. And then we'll get to absorption. Okay, so we have a full week coming up of the things that we are looking for. Okay, hey, in the meantime, this is Coach Bill. Hope you have a good day. Make sure you keep swinging. I'll see you right back here tomorrow.